How you doing, people? Robert here, aka Robess, Anti-Corruption Scotland. Now, the other day I did a video relating to what was going to happen relating to the fine. I'm now going to do the other part, which is the fines enforcement freedom of information request that I've received. It states here Robert Sproul, the address, postcode, the account number 2017214655, and it states, I write in reference to your intimation lodged at the fines enforcement counter at Glasgow Sheriff Court on the 22nd of April 2025 in respect of the account number 2017214655. I can advise this account relates to a fine of £200 imposed on Robert Sproul at Paisley Sheriff Court on the 5th of December 2017. Now, this letter hasn't came in all capital letters, people. What I've done is used capital A, lowercase for Robert, capital S, lowercase for Sproul, so they're manipulating the name, different from the other letter that got for the fines office, right? The account has remained unpaid and therefore the fine has been transferred to Glasgow Sheriff Court for enforcement and citation to the Fines Enforcement Court, right? The transfer of the fine has been made in pursuance of the Section 222, subsection 2 of the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act as Robert Sproul. Same way the name is capital A, lowercase for Robert, capital S, lowercase for Sproul, resides in the jurisdiction of the Sheriff Court in Glasgow and Strathkelvin. Robert Sproul has now been cited to attend on the 9th of June 2025 at 10 AM at Glasgow Sheriff Court 1, Carlton Place, Glasgow for an inquiry under Section 216 the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act 1995. This citation was issued and recorded delivery, mail on the 24th of April 2025, which is a lie. It wasn't. It was just an envelope put in a postbox, right? I am not obliged to provide the names of staff owing to our data protection obligations. Scottish Court Services does not hold a contact in this regard, and Scottish Court Services is an independent body corporate and not a trading entity, right? I'll cover that in a minute. They're a liar and they've just shot themselves in the foot. In relation to the freedom of information request, I could provide the following responses. Number one, the fines enforcement officer is a person, people, a person, not a man or a woman, a person appointed by the Scottish Courts and Tribunal Services on behalf of the Scottish ministers. See how they're using fictitious titles, fictitious names to escape liability. That's how they get away with what they're doing and people can't see it. Number two, the appointment was introduced by the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act 1995. The 1995 Act, as amended by the Criminal Proceedings, etc. Reform Scotland Act 2007. The 2007 Act, accordingly, there is no company policy or code of conduct held in this regard. Rather, the Fines Enforcement Officer carries out a role in accordance with the legislative provisions. I therefore give notice in terms of Section 17 of the Freedom of Information Act that this information is not held, right? They are a company. They should have a code of conduct and they should have a company policy. They're lying. 3. A part of the role of the Fines Enforcement Officer will enforce fines, give advice to offenders. Offenders is persons, people, right? Offenders is person, right? Somebody's committed and broken an act. Has now to make how to make payments. Support those who want to pay and are struggling. Take a range of actions against those who won't pay. Make sure the offenders, the persons, keep to the terms of the enforcement order, and make sure the offenders know what will happen if they don't keep to the terms of the enforcement order, right? Number 4, no specific policy named. The anti-bullying policy is held. So for you that's watching this for the court, they don't have an anti-bullying policy. So if you get bullied, you're not covered because they've not got it. Accordingly, I give notice in terms of Section 17 of the Freedom of Information Act, this information is not held, right? Lies again, people, they're at it. The Scottish Courts and Tribunal Service, that's an entity, dead fiction, right? There is no man or woman called that, so let's be crystal clear. It's an independent public body. They're nothing to do with the public, they're corporate policy enforcers, corporate places of business. They are not sovereign courts, and I'll verify them under a charge of perjury. Are responsible for administration of courts and tribunals of Scotland. SCTS statutory powers are virtue of the Judiciary Court Scotland Act 2008. SCTS accordingly has no governing body, so they don't be governed by the government. They're what a load of tripe people, a load of bollocks, right? If EO staff are specifically authority under the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act 1995 as amended by the Criminal Proceedings etc. Reform Act 2007, the 2000 Act accordingly, I give notice in terms of 17 of the Freedom of Information Act that this information is not held. How strange is that, people? They don't seem to hold a lot of information, do they? Only for persons, no capital names, and fictitious fines for dead people. I hope this information is of assistance to you. However, should you feel dissatisfied with the response or the manner in which the response requested has been handled, Freedom of Information provides for a review to be conducted. Should you wish to take advantage of this process, you may apply mine for a review. Your request will provide details of why you wish a review to be carried out and should be made in 40 days of receipt of this letter. Well, that's going to happen. Now, it says here, the Freedom of Information Officer, Scottish Courts and Tribunal Service, Salton House, Broomhouse Drive, Edinburgh, E11 3XD. Freedom of Information at scottishcourts.gov.uk. Following the review, should you feel dissatisfied, you have the right to lodge an appeal with the Scottish Information Commissioner, either online. The Information Commissioner is a corporation, people. These are all corporations working hand in hand, so there is no justice, there is no remedy. So let me be clear on that, right? Now, it says here, they have not got a company policy or code of conduct, right? They're a corporation, right? Salton House is a corporation. I've got their DUNS number, I've got Glasgow Sheriff Court's DUNS number, I've got the Crown Office DUNS number. So make no mistake, and I'll verify this under a charge of perjury. But the funny thing is, they've shot themselves in the foot, and I'll tell you why. Because in the top right hand corner, it tells you, Fines Business Unit, Glasgow Sheriff Court, Fines Enforcement Office, 1 Carlton Place, Glasgow, G5 9DA, right? So, that alone tells you they're a business, right? It tells you business. So anyway, people, I've just did this video. Again, just a wee reminder, I'm up on the 9th of June at 10 AM in Glasgow Sheriff Court, Court 1. I'll probably be doing a video for this, and what I'll be asking is for people that's watched this video, please share this video far and wide, get this information out there. This is a way to do what you've got to do, subject access requests and freedom information requests. I've not done a subject access request because it takes 30 days to answer, but that will be dealt with at a later period in time. Because these tyrants are not getting away with what they're doing, right? And as I says, the paperwork will be precise when I go here. I hope this information is awakening you to how these people escape liability. The manipulation of the all capital name, from that to capital F for Robert, capital S for Sproul, and it's coming from the same departments. So they're manipulating the name. And as I says in the last video, the uppercase and all lowercase and all capital name are Crown copyright names. And as I keep telling you, check the extract of their birth certificate, tells you at the bottom left hand corner. People, person or persons cannot use this for identity, right? It's a record of an event, top left hand corner, Crown stamp. So they've stole your identity theft and criminal conversion in the name has occurred. And as I said in the last video, I can call myself Robert Sproul in any amount of different formats I want, as long as I do not commit fraud. And again, these tyrants are committing fraud, criminal conversion of the name, identity theft, willfully and deliberately knowing it's wrong and still doing it. And they're doing this every day, every man and woman in the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales, right? Anyway, people, I'm going to leave it at that. Please share this video far and wide. And thank you for taking time to watch this video. And thank you for taking time to listen. And I would like to thank all the new followers that started following me and sharing my videos on TikTok and elsewhere. And the other thing I want to reconfirm is I'm still having a problem with some people asking why I don't follow back. So this is the last time I'm going to tell you, and I'm not getting involved in this conversation anymore because you're starting to stress me and upset me. 10,000 is the limit I, the living man, is allowed to follow on TikTok, right? I can get any amount of followers and likes, right? But I'm limited to what I can follow. I want to follow everybody that's following myself, but I can't. It's out with my control, right? I don't have any power over it. The entity known as TikTok is in full control of that. And as I told you before in the past, the reason they limit that is so you don't get too popular. So this is the last time I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So take heed of what I've just said about the following part. Okay, people? The more videos coming up, more serious information to educate the people. I've got a lot of things going on in the back pipeline just now. So be patient with me, people. I'm only one man doing what I'm doing here. I can't be everywhere, do everything, right? It's appreciated that you're sharing the videos, and it's appreciated that you're giving good comments and you're happy with what I'm giving you. It's all the truth. And as I say, it can be verified under the charge of perjury. Any court jurisdiction in the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland or Wales, or the Court of Session, Supreme Court or beyond. There is nobody that I'm aware of will put their head on the chopping block and state that. So I don't ask you for money or funds. So I'm not really benefiting. What I'm doing is benefiting by giving you information and trying to educate you. I'll leave it there. I'm rabbiting on. Time to end the video. Take care, be safe, and more to come, people. Bye bye.